Hi, I'm Dr. John Puma from ChefMD.com. Welcome to the ChefMD Video Blog and the ChefMD Question of the Week, which comes from Susan H. in Panama City, Florida, who writes, Dear Dr. Puma, I am a diabetic. Which of your recipes can I eat? A lot of them. What do you think of artificial sweeteners? Susan writes, my food has to be palatable for the rest of my family. Thanks. Well, two questions, Susan. The first is that you can eat recipes of mine on ChefMD.com, and they're all free. They all have TV video on them, and they all have nutritional breakdowns that have carb counts of, say, less than 40 grams of carbs per serving, and those that have about 5 grams of fiber per serving or more. And that's probably half of our recipes. You want recipes like all of mine have that have very little saturated fat and no trans fat and no high fructose corn syrup. Those are sweeteners you just don't need. Now, the second part of your question, what about artificial sweeteners? Are they safe? Well, the official government word is that artificial sweeteners are safe, but I don't use artificial sweeteners in ChefMD recipes for the reasons that you imply. Artificial sweeteners, and I'm talking about saccharin and sucralose and aspartame and ACE-K, stay in the water supply once they get there. Several of them have been linked to cancer and high insulin secretion, and at least one of them is linked pretty consistently to migraines and neurologic illness. Doesn't mean that they necessarily cause those, but because there have been enough case reports associating them, and because I think they trick your palate into thinking things that are sweet, that have real calories, somehow don't have calories, so you eat more of them, I prefer to use sweet herbs and natural sweeteners in my cooking. Cinnamon and nutmeg and anise and fennel and allspice all have sweetness to them. And I like those in cooking and in, especially in grains and in grain salads more than artificial sweeteners. Diet soda, it turns out, with artificial sweeteners, is a greater risk for a big belly, a metabolic syndrome, and type 2 diabetes than even regular soda. And that's been hard to figure out. The scientists don't quite know why, but I would stay away from it. I would eat as little added sugar as you can and use dried fruits instead and some of the herbs and spices I've suggested, and make sure, just so that you feel full, you include protein at every meal. Just a little bit. You just need a couple, 3 ounces of protein at every meal. Stays in your stomach the longest, keeps you full and fully satisfied. Thanks for coming to visit us. I hope you come visit us next week. I'm Dr. John Puma for ChefMD.com. Thanks for stopping by.